the most Constitutional Legislator of the Year award. And how I did it is because I just voted my conscience. I didn't even know anybody was keeping score. The legislators up there this year now do, because they're like, what? But the good people who vote what's right don't get awards usually. We don't get the plaque for the wall or the trophy for the desk. We don't get anybody thanking us.
That? Or like when
the Young Conservatives of America came up with an analysis of the legislation, and let me tell you, this is painstaking. The process is something most people don't have the stomach for, but they read every bill that made it to the governor's desk. And 85% of the time, both Republicans and Democrats voted together, so there's really not a lot of controversy between the parties. And 41% of the bills that made it to the governor's desk last year were constitutional. That means 59% were not constitutional. So they rated the bills on, does it grow government bigger? And does it encourage personal responsibility? Is this something that people can do for themselves? And you should never ask government to do something for you that you can do for yourself. And after they decided if the bill's good or bad, they just looked at who supported it and who didn't. And it should scare all of us to see that that's that method of where people vote according to who's sitting around them and who says this and who says that, and a lot of those decisions are made by the donors long before. So it will be an interesting primary season, and I really don't have a primary. So what the Constitution Party does for me is it allows me to keep my money and spend it for the general when we're going to have a real three-way, and we're going to have a choice. Here's the other great thing about a three-way. I don't have to have 50% to win. Think about it. In a two-way, it always was, I have to get to 50. And now, no. I could win with 35%, or even 34 if the math worked like that. So this gives me hope. And it's the only thing that gives me hope, because if we didn't have a choice, I think we could all feel very depressed and cut out of the process. And a lot of people are like, well, you won't win unless you're a Republican. Well, I need you to help me prove them wrong, that we get to vote, and there's no rule that says you have to be a Republican to vote, and you don't have to take anything that way. We have our freedom of choice. And so I'm excited about asking you to join me in shaking up the state, because if we win this thing, we're not only going to send a message to the political parties and the power brokers that be, the entire country is going to be watching this race. We have a chance to take the show me state designation to a higher level yet.